The story starts as Sarah is approached by the MC, asking about her situation and wanting to hear her problems out. Upon hearing his words, she immediately left a sigh of bothersome, suggesting that he must just want to look good by taking pity on her, wondering if she would put out for him just because he was kind to her. Met with negativity, she brushed him off with insults and profanity. Later, as school ended, Sarah is once again beaten and bruised by her mother. As she got up in great pain, she found the day to be another unpleasant one. She indicated her mother was in a bad mood. She also remembered the MC talking to her today at school. She labels him as a creep for approaching her like that. She only wished that nothing happens tomorrow. As tomorrow arrives, the MC seems curious enough to follow her. Sarah questioned his motives as his house isn't on this road nor this way. The MC exclaims of being worried for her safety. Sarah let out her frustrated sigh, exclaiming that the MC must not jump in to try and save her so irresponsibility. She questioned if the MC would take responsibility when he takes action but makes things worse for her. The MC gradually approaches her more, even at the gym where she sat alone in the benches. He insists of treating her to lunch. Sarah didn't took this lightly and negatively suggests if she is some stray cat he picked up. As she declines the offer, she appreciates the good intention the MC has towards her, but being kind to her he might eventually want something in return. She points out that she wasn't hungry, but upon saying so her stomach suddenly growls of hunger. In the end she eventually gave in and was treated to a tasty bun. As she quietly ate her food, Sarah ponders why the MC is staring at her. The MC replies that she was cute, but Sarah is confused as what is so cute about someone covered in bruises and cuts add to the fact she is wearing an eye patch. Sarah ponders why is the MC even treating her to lunch and praising her looks despite not being close to one another. She negatively asks the MC to back off as she could see his motive clear as day, finding this gross also. Later that night she ponders on the swing on the playground, staring at the sweet bun the MC gave. She is confused, but somehow the MC gave her another food for dinner. In her head she could only ponder the MC having motives as to why he bought her food. Upon finding dinner to be unusual, she wonders if she's becoming a pet or something, as silence dawns on her. That night she could only eat in silence, savoring her food, exclaiming the whole situation to be gross. As the next day arrives in school, the MC once again approached Sarah with a delicious made bento. Upon seeing the MC made food for someone who he isn't even close with, she could only find his approach to be negative. Questioning what ingredients or unknown bad thing he put in it, exclaiming it's disgusting. She ponders if the MC is trying to impose his selfish kindness on her, trying to garner good karma and attention by putting effort into his food. She finds this to be so off-putting, betting that he's the kind of person to even write their girlfriend a love song for their birthday. As the next day arrives, Sarah is being forced to open her legs even more. As her mother tries taking a picture, she gets criticized for not smiling as she wants Sel looking horrible in the picture. Sarah could only stand in silence with a fierce look. This made her mother to be enraged, questioning her gaze, venting her frustration as she owes her life to her mother, and if only she didn't came along she could have lived a good life. As the kicking continues, Sarah is left in tears to apologize for her actions and to obey her commands. Only in return she stops the beating. As the next day arrives in school, the MC didn't dare try approaching Sarah that day. Which after school she confronted the MC. He explained that it's because she seems like she won't like it in the first place. Sarah misunderstood the MC, figuring if he got tired of being kind towards her, and he probably realized that no matter how kind he was to her, she wants going to put out and moved on to the next girl. Even though she jokingly said this, she finds him to be genuinely kind, and since he is kind she wonders if she could ask the MC for something. She asked that if he could have his way with her, and hope he would take this chance, but upon hearing this the MC denies the offer. Even though Sarah reveals this would save her, she suddenly became negative, pondering that he doesn't want to save her, and just want her to be just happy enough that the MC won't feel bad looking at her, pushing the idea that it really was all for his gain and interest. That night Sarah is left depressed once again in the playground, exclaiming that she doesn't want to go home and face the same toxic atmosphere in her household. The next day arrives at the same sitting bench in the gym. The MC still made her food to eat that lunchtime. Sarah questioned if the MC feels good on taking care of such a pitiful girl by showing such mercy to someone weaker than him. She bets the MC hopes those weaker than him would rely on him and become dependent. She calls out that it must be nice to be on that high horse of him. She became honest, revealing that she can't stand that way of thinking and to not used her to validate his own existence. As school ended and Sarah was about to leave for home, the MC reveals liking her. Hearing this made her sigh again with frustration. She points out of being covered in bruises and is unfriendly. She only talked bad about him, wondering how the MC managed to fall in love with her. Sarah suggests that the MC is just horny and is acting in frustration. She points that he doesn't care anything for her, exclaiming the MC after all is aiming for that as collateral for his kindness, calling him out for being disgusting. That evening when Sarah got home, she felt a little bad about how he shot the MC down earlier and for being toxic despite being bought food for her dinner. She ponders of being a little nicer to him starting tomorrow. As she ate, her mother suddenly came into the room questioning the food she has and where she got the money for it, upon revealing that she got it from a classmate. Her mother grabbed her food and tossed it away, exclaiming that she should next time ask to give her something worthy. She suddenly got surprised as she was having a guest for tonight. Sarah sat down confused. Who's this guest? Her mother laughs as he is apparently an online creep who loves buying her tease pictures where she forcefully took, and now revealed that wants to have her for the night. As the door opens, a bald and old guy introduced himself to Sarah in having a fun time. Sarah doesn't want to do anything with the guy and refuses the offer. Hearing this made the mother to shout and be angry with her. The guest doesn't mind and slowly rubs and went under her skirt, being gentle. But Sarah immediately kicked him in the face, making her mother worried. This made the guest to have a nosebleed and claims that she made a big mistake. Upon apologizing in return, she got beaten and bruised all over, causing him to be soft and leaving for today, wanting to come back once she heals. The next day arrives and the teacher and her classmates doesn't seem concerned about her well-being. The MC approached her with worry, questioning if she was all right. Sarah negatively answered as one look at her would be obvious enough to tell that she isn't all right, yet he still asks. She asks that it's enough trying to score nice points with her as it's annoying. She also brushed him off as her problems has nothing to do with him nor anything he can do to help her. She once again brought up if the MC could have his way with her, but knows to herself that he can't, which she points there is nothing he could do to help about her situation. She also pushed the idea that it's his fault this happened, as if the MC had his way then this wouldn't happen in the first place. Later in the afternoon, the MC wants Sarah to come to his house for the night. Sarah seems to get the idea of the MC wanting to protect her by abducting her. She called out the MC's idea to be childish, yet his motives are painfully clear but just plain weird. Despite having an interesting idea concerning him, she has doubts that the MC even have the guts to have his way with her, resulting in her agreeing to his idea. The MC assures of protecting her, as such she could relax that night. Sarah, hearing this, doesn't believe she could relax while being in the home of a guy they don't even like in the first place. Despite this, it beats going home to her house. She also claims as soon as found someone better she is done with the MC. However, she looks forward to their dinner tonight. The MC smiled happily hearing this, which made Sarah question his gesture. The MC expressed being a little excited about letting her stay in his home. Sarah pointed out that to him this might be like a fun little sleepover, but for her this is like taking refuge. She also spoke up about the MC having ulterior motives for playing savior, not being able to do anything. She only asks to not at least try to make her so uncomfortable as she sees him being creepy. That evening, Sarah took a bath and even was lent a hoodie, which the MC apologizes for having the lack of proper women clothing. She doesn't mind about the size or what's on it, but she just doesn't like the idea that the MC is looking at her as she wore her boyfriend's shirt or something. Later, as the MC was about to cook, Sarah put on an apron to help out. Although the MC insists she doesn't need to, Sarah is persistent on doing the kitchen work also. She ponders if the MC is trying to make her dependent on him by pampering her. She put this thought aside, wanting to do whatever she can by herself and doesn't want to owe more than she has to. And as unfortunate as it is, she has no plans becoming dependent on him. The MC questioned if she cooks a lot and is familiar with the kitchen. As she answered never doing so, she also noted that she doesn't want to leave everything to him and wants to help out as possible. She asks for the knife in chopping up the vegetables. As she was cutting the ingredients, Say managed to get a cut, which resulted in her to sat down quietly as she got bandaged in her finger. The MC exclaims that for a pretty girl like her getting hurt is such a pity. Sarah still receives this negatively, asking him to not be creepy as a cut or two more at this point won't matter anyway. The MC pointed out that he doesn't want Sarah to get hurt anymore, but she points out it has nothing to do with him though. But he still insists in pushing the idea. This made Sarah to be left defeated, making her to behave properly and not keep her waiting, or else she would help out no matter how much she get hurt. As the food was served, Sarah took a bite and suddenly started crying. The MC questioned if she was all right. Sarah couldn't contain herself as tears started falling. She asks that he does not look at her face, calling him out for being annoying and fussing over every little thing. She claims it's not as big a deal as he thinks it is, asking to be left alone, but Sarah could only ponder how long since she had a hot meal as it tastes good. Later, as they get ready for bed, the MC once again asks that they should eat together again tomorrow. Sarah ponders why would she wants to do that, as it feels gross having him to watch her eat the whole time, but slowly she cannot deny his kindness and suggest rice and miso soup for breakfast. That night, the MC suggests sleeping on the floor and asks Sarah to take the bed. Sarah claims that his bed stinks and doesn't want it. She feels much more comfortable on the floor, denying his hospitality. She also points out if the MC would think that she would feel bad for him and suggest they both sleep together on the bed, calling him gross as Say giggles happily with a small smile. As they both sleep that night, the MC suggests she would fall asleep peacefully. Sarah then claims she won't be able to relax enough to sleep as she is in the same room as the MC, mocking his breathing to be rough and scary. As silence dawns for a moment, Sarah with a calming voice questions something serious. She wonders why is the MC is going so far for her and if he would get anything out of this, cause she know to herself that as bruised and full of cuts as her cannot be called cute at some point. She also points out her toxic personality being all negative in hospital no matter how kind he was. She also cursed and call him names. She wonders if the MC wants to do her badly, wondering if ugly people are his kink. To top it all, she questioned if the MC is a huge masochistic perv all along. The MC reveals of just wanting to save her from her dreadful circumstances, wanted to be kind to her, regardless of how she treats him, and want the bruises she has to heal physically and emotionally. Sarah hearing this made her breath a sigh of relief, turning away and calling him gross but in a playful way. She also smiled with a pleasant feeling that night. As the morning arrives, she greeted the MC, wondering what is up with his relieved look on his face. She ponders if the MC was worried that she was gonna run away and be gone when he woke up. She claims that as long as the MC is useful to her, he doesn't need to worry about it, cheering him up to do his best. As she says this, her stomach growls. As they sat down and eat, the MC ponders if her parents will ask the police to search for her since she ran away and took refuge. Sarah points out that if they did end up doing that, they are the ones who would be arrested, assuring the MC they would be safe and not have to be afraid of being branded as a kidnapper. Sarah points out that the MC would protect her after all, asking that the MC much see this through the end. As they headed for school, the MC exclaims it's kind of embarrassing going to school together, which would make them look like a couple. Sarah doesn't seem bothered about it, but calls the MC out for his disgusting delusions and things won't change anything if he keeps being this way. As they both sat in school being close to one another, the MC is seen happy. Sarah pointed out the grin on his face is so off-putting. She pointed out that even though they would be together at home, he still would want to be together at school also, but for her it's off-putting as the MC is special in this way. As lunchtime arrives, the MC seems to forgot to make her a bento box. Sarah with a smile asks that he shouldn't apologize for it, as she jokingly said of not having high hopes for him anyway. As she giggles happily, she already knew how busy and how caring he was this morning, even as far making breakfast. Being grateful for it, she thanked the MC and asks to make up for it. She is looking forward to dinner. As school ends, Sarah gets invited to go on an after-school date. She comments that the MC probably figure out that she's in his debt now and doesn't have any right to refuse his offer, calling him scum, but jokingly, she is happy to go and accept the offer. As they arrive near a food stall, Sarah gets questioned if she likes crepes. Upon revealing never having one, she asks that the MC doesn't have to buy her one as she is not that hungry. But in the end, the MC wanted her to experience getting one. Sarah is hesitant accepting the bought crepes as she was already satisfied enough getting dinner, but the MC insists she go ahead and try it, upon taking a bite. She asks that the MC don't stare so much, calling him out for being a weirdo, but all she could savor was the sweetness tasting good. This experience made her found things thing to be kind of fun. As they went around shopping, the MC suggests buying clothes for her. She seemingly found a cute hoodie with the design she likes, but doesn't want the MC to go that far for her as he already given her plenty. But the MC comments that she is cute and wants to see her dressed up. She mocks the MC for being gross, but gives in as she just can't keep borrowing his clothes forever. As she tried it on, she gets complimented for wearing it immediately. Sarah ponders if this little flattery is enough to make her fall for him. She called him out for being gross, but she claims the happiness she gets right now, as it's the first time anyone has ever given her a present, wanting to take good care of it. As she got home, she is mesmerized and is happy about the clothes she got, even as far noticing the MC observing her. The MC is glad she liked upon it. Sarah exclaims this is the first time she ever worn such cute clothes ever, and back when she was young she would see all the kids around her with their fancy clothes. As a matter of fact, birthdays and Christmas didn't seem to exist for her, which explains the hatred for it, as it was so obvious who the lucky ones were. She sighs again, pondering if only this happiness today could last forever. The MC assured Sarah of making her happy from now on. Hearing this made her giggled, questioning if his words were supposed to be a proposal, as it was gross enough that made her hungry. Upon being asked what she wanted for dinner, she answered with omurice, but upon noticing they seemingly forgot the eggs, she pouts, as she was really looking forward to tonight's dinner. Being disappointed about it, she insists on buying some eggs, but upon leaving like she said she would. Hours passed by and she never came back to the MC. As days passed expecting Sarah at school, she arrives one day out of the blue, and it seems Sarah is badly bruised and beaten. The MC all along pondered about his worries as he knew something must have happened. He suggests approaching the police or teacher for help, but Sarah denies the kindness as he already has done enough. And no matter what bad things her parents do or how much they beat her, she would deal with it. She then exclaims as day after day he talked to her to the point of it being annoying. He made an effort to do so, even making lunch for her even though she never asked. He was so kind to her that it made her barf at the thought of it, which she finds it enough. As her tears fall, she wonders if she could ask for more. With teary eyes, she wanted to keep things just like this, cause if her parents get caught she surely won't be able to stay here. And she would hate this the most, as Sarah wanted to be next to the MC even only for a little while. At lunchtime the MC presented her with a homemade bento. It seems all the time she wasn't coming to school he kept on making it for her, expecting her arrival. It seems it's the omurice she wanted to eat. Sarah is thankful and is really happy right now, even though her home is hell, and thinks she would be able to bear it. As school ended, the MC questioned if Sarah is really going home. Sarah is definite on her answer, as today was plenty fun enough already and it's fine for her. The MC wants her to stay with him for a little longer, but Sarah insists they see each other again at school tomorrow. As Sarah was about to leave, the MC ponders heavily about the situation, as he knows to himself that if Sarah doesn't go home and her parents found out she's with the MC, there is a good chance she would end up even worse next time. And even if he begs the police to intervene, it might lead to a situation Sarah doesn't want in the first place. But he gets the feeling that if he let go of her right now, the MC would regret it for the rest of his life. The MC shouted of his feelings, asking that they should run somewhere far away together. Sarah wonders if he is actually an idiot, as if they did that it would mess his life too, even knowing that the MC still wants to stay with Sarah. But with a sigh of relief, it seems she just needed the push to take action and run away far together. Later that night they both started their plan of running away. Sarah questioned if the MC has somewhere in mind he wants to go. The MC honestly doesn't have a clue, as he just wanted to save her without having any sort of plan. Sarah exclaims of not being worried, as she is happy enough to hear the MC would be with her running away, which made her happy. Sarah with a fierce look knows that they would be fine without a plan. Even if they get caught, Sarah won't hate her for it. The MC exclaims they would for sure definitely get away, which Sarah finds the assurance to be comforting. The MC compliments her looks with a hat, calling her cute. Sarah finds his compliment to be quick-handed, criticizing him if this would all it takes for her to fall for him. Sarah comments if the MC wants to use other clothing as they're disguised as used for hiding. The MC suggests her picking out a different outfit, but Sarah is fine with these clothes sticking with it. The MC questioned if Sarah is ready, where she is confident in their escape, having all their needs to set out, having everything packed indicating they are ready to go, and dig into the homemade lunch the MC packed. Shortly after they arrived at one of the train stations, the MC promises to protect Sarah where she could rest easy for their trip to escape. Sarah wonders if she looks anxious to him, as right now she feels very safe being with the MC and is counting on him. As they got off, the MC comments as Sarah seems to be having fun. Sarah reveals she is, as she was never allowed to go on family trips and definitely not school field trips either. She explains honestly this is the first time she was going somewhere far away and it's even more fun for her being with the MC. As they headed to the park in the middle of the night, the MC apologized for not being able to get them a room to stay in. Sarah is fine with the situation being used to be outside, plus the MC is looking out for him, giving him a jacket to protect from the cold. Being thankful for his kindness, she also reveals actually having a lot of fun being just the two of them alone in the park at night. The MC suddenly wanted to tell Sarah something. He suddenly expressed his love for her. Sarah questioned the MC if she is fine with a woman like her, especially the one being covered in bruises and rude but also always talking down to him. She also caused so much trouble to him. The MC could only compliment her for always enjoying what she eats. And how cute she is whenever rice gets stuck around her mouth. Not only that, she also listen even though she seems to have no interest towards the topic. Lastly, she act cool but cute clothes is fond of her. As he tries to say more, Sarah exclaims that his words are enough and she already got his point. She also get how he feels towards her and how dangerous his feelings for her. The MC suddenly confessed asking Sarah to go out with him. Without hesitation, Sarah agrees to going out, making their relationship official as Sarah asks to take care of her properly. As their moments seemingly stood still, a dark and scary figure stood behind her holding a knife. Sarah was suddenly held at knife point. She exclaims that the MC should go home, but he refuses to let her face this situation alone. Sarah just wanted the MC to be safe, but her mother seemingly doesn't want both of them to be let go. Her mother, frustrated, claims that the MC put unnecessary thoughts in her daughter's head, which she claims of not forgiving the MC, wanting him dead at this point. Sarah, with fear and tears in her eyes, doesn't want the MC to be involved, trying to calm the situation by claiming she would obey her orders from now on, just not to touch the MC, but her mother doesn't seem fond of listening. As she vents her frustration and anger as they seem to be looking down on her, having fun with some guy, exclaiming she would punish them off. As the MC tries to stop her, as Sarah almost seemingly gets a knife to her face. Everything suddenly went black and unknown, leaving the MC to only see darkness. But shortly after waking up, he seemingly have no recollection of what happened after that, and only an unfamiliar ceiling gazed upon him as he was apparently in the hospital. Waking up beside him was Sarah. The MC is glad to find her all right. Sarah worries that she isn't, as she might be unharmed, but the MC got seriously hurt because of her. Their situation was saved by a passerby who lives in the neighborhood, who apparently stumbled upon them, stating that the MC could have died. She profusely called him out for being an idiot, questioning how dumb he could be, as she claims she is not worth it. She didn't want the MC to save her if it means getting him hurt in the process. As tears fall down her eyes, she is so worried about him, and didn't know what she was going to do if he never woke up ever again, but she also didn't forget to thank the MC for saving her, and is grateful for surviving. Shortly after, the situation calmed down, which her mother was arrested for the crimes committed, the result of which was that, with no parents, Sarah then became a ward of state. The MC apologizes as the police ended up getting involved. Sarah doesn't mind this, as it wasn't his fault, as her mother was the one who caused all of this in the first place. She exclaims of being sad that they won't be able to see each other anymore, although finally free of the nightmare. She thought they would be happily together forever, but Sarah doesn't know if they could do anything to achieve that. The MC, hearing this, wanted to hug Sarah, but she only talked down on him, as it would be a lot cooler if he had just done it instead of asking. As their final day of being together ends, they were inseparable until the very last second. They promised to each other they would meet again, as 5 years passed by since they made that promise. They once again met up in the park bench. The MC had no way of getting in touch with her as it was hard finding her. Sarah apologizes for this hardship as she could have been the one to go since she knew where he lived, but on her mind she kept pondering she would be causing more trouble so she never did. She praises the MC a good job for finding her, praising him for doing well if he was a stalker as it a little scary also. The MC proposed of living together with her. Sarah is shocked to hear his words, wondering if he was even listening to her. But Sarah is confused as she might even caused more trouble and she doesn't want to do that ever again. Sarah points out that 5 years ago the MC talked to her every single day, and even though she never asked for his kindness, he did it without anything in return for it. The MC was sickeningly nice to Sarah, and even if he got hurt saving her he bought plenty of happiness. She couldn't dare asks for more. The MC wants her to asks for more, as he promises to make her even more happier from now on forevermore. Sarah seemingly doesn't want to asks for more as by being here the MC is already happy, but she doesn't think she could make the MC happy, in fact the opposite, but the MC is firm on making them both happy together. Sarah with tears questioned if she could really stay with him, which the MC doubles down as he is now begging Sarah to stay with him. She suddenly grabbed hold of him, as she cried with tears of joy. She claims that they would never be apart again and she would not be letting go, exclaiming her love for him over and over again as she loves him so much. Shortly after the MC invites Sarah to head over to his place right now. It seemingly sounds bothersome for her, but she once again talks badly if the MC was trying to take advantage of a crying girl, mocking him for the creep he was. But she knows herself the best that the MC is not that kind of person. Sarah then exclaims of being hungry, wanting to eat the MC delicious cooking of curry and omurice, pondering that she would be a little greedy towards him as the food the MC makes is delicious. Thus the happy ending of this manga, but we then transition to the happy life of the MC and Sarah. At home the MC brought a lot of ingredients, as he looks forward to making a lot of food for her. Which Sarah does as she is so fond of his delicious cooking, and she probably looks forward to spending time with her going forward. She smiles happily waiting. All she could ever ponder was that she could get to be next to the MC for the rest of her life, which is what she is looking forward to the most. After a few days Sarah is seemingly thinking serious about a certain problem where the MC seemingly noticed this behavior of her. Sarah with a serious look, asks that he doesn't worry about it, even so the MC insists on hearing her out. Sarah pointed out the MC always being so direct regardless of how bad she feels. She reveals as day after day he cooked delicious meal for her, she ultimately gained weight. After work Sarah worries the MC must be tired too as he doesn't need to pick her up, but the MC is worried about her, where Sarah pointed out he is such a meddler and a worrywart, but because of this and got concerned for her it led to who she is now, being thankful for coming to pick her up as always as they go home together. At home the MC suggests going outside for a meal due to getting his paycheck that day. Sarah is happy he gets to do gestures like this, but insists he should spend on himself, and she also pointed out being on a diet, but upon saying this her stomach grumbled. This immediately changed her mind, being embarrassed as she wanted to change clothes before heading out. She also pointed out of starting dieting tomorrow and to stop indulging in her so much. In the park the MC packed lunch for them that day, but Sarah asks that he should take it easy on days off, as making these by hand must be hard on him, but Sarah is happy that he always think about her happiness, which she then has plans later tonight, of making the MC happy both mentally and physically. The MC is confused, which Sarah brushes her statement off. At home the MC questioned if Sarah loves him for assurance, but it seems she really like and love him also every single day. And she also liked the part where he also adores and is always thinking about her happiness, making Sarah to express her love towards him. This made Sarah felt embarrassed about the situation. Later that night they both headed out at night, where the MC is grinning, exclaiming of feeling like on the edge of his seat. Sarah also felt the same way, being excited as in the old days she felt scared and lonely, but as of right now she is happy being with him, which she pointed out that it kinda bothers her how gentle and caring his hands are, and as of this moment nothing scares her anymore, even if she has any fear the MC would be there for her, being by her side. Hearing this made Sarah question if is it alright for her to be so happy, but the MC plans to make her even happier, thus leaving the night filled with happiness. The MC the next day suggests eating together for tomorrow as well. Sarah knows his motives of just wanting to watch her eat. The MC couldn't help it as he finds her so cute. With no other choice, Sarah suggests that the MC go straight home quickly as she also looks forward to eating together with him. That night arrived and Sarah is crying happily with tears of joy.
The next day the MC once again forgot to buy eggs for their dinner tonight, which she was looking forward for dinner, as she insists on buying the eggs as she feels having Omiris today, but this time he learned from his mistake and wanted to go with her as a way to protect and be sure she is safe as to avoid any more red flags, which she is grateful as she reminds him of being reliable at times like these. As the MC prepared their Omiris, Sarah intervenes wanting to help him but insists she just sit down although she doesn't want to be spoiled and make her rely on him even more, but she goes on to remind him that she already can't live without him being more and more dependent on him as she looks at him admiring his personality. As the night falls, Sarah bids goodnight and thanks the MC for working hard, but that's not all. She also is thankful for everything, but she suddenly questions if it's really okay to say goodnight as she have the best she wants next to him, which the MC assures her as they fall asleep in each other's arms. The very next morning, the MC doesn't realize it's already evening as he was sleeping so peaceful and were very tired from their late night activities last night. Sarah serves the MC Omiris in a messy way, asking the MC to ignore its look, which he ate without complaining, thus making Sarah fall in love with him even more. The MC explains afterwards that he is sorry for oversleeping on his day off, which she doesn't mind at all if that's what's been bothering him, as this is also an opportunity for them to laze around together and cuddle some more starting tomorrow also. As another day comes, Sarah finds his food made with love to even more delicious, as such she wants to eat his cooking forever, which she unknowingly blurts out, embarrassing herself. As the new year comes, they are out in the garden playing with fireworks as the MC reminds her not to hurt herself, as such he is still a worry rat towards her, but she doesn't think he is that nosy, rather she is glad, as the person she likes worries and cares about her, and it's not something she is taking in for granted, and that's why in the future if this goes on it would make her even more happy. On a certain night the MC decided to gift Sarah a new loungewear which she likes it very much and praises it for being cute and warm. The MC all along planned to sleep with her together that night, which Sarah smiles knowing her man knows how to make her happy. The new year is about to end in a few days, which Sarah really liked eating burgers, and the MC suggests they should eat this again next year, indicating he will be with her next year, which made her even more happy. And the year after the next year, Sarah wants to be with him long after that, as she finally met someone who makes her feel this way, which she looks forward to it year after year. The next Halloween the MC questions if Sarah would wear a Halloween costume, but she explains not even wearing one, even she was a child and it might be too late for that. Although she would be happy giving him fan BF service by cosplaying if it makes him happy, which he requests a maid outfit as a man of class. As Sarah heeds the request of his boyfriend, he compliments her for being too cute, as such she is grateful to have him around if this makes him happy, to which in this case she asks trick or treat, in which the MC requests trick, indicating their nighttime activities to even more lengths, showcasing a healthy relationship. As our story is nearing the MC one day came home late, which he apologizes to Sarah for doing so. She explains that she isn't mad or anything but more like worried, and to at least let her know beforehand if he would be late. She questions his cause as to why he was late. The MC all along got her favorite sweets from the popular bakery which she always wanted to have, and blushes at his kind gestures for giving him for his late arrival.
The MC questioned Sarah if she wants anything for Christmas, but she revealed of how her family was she doesn't really get receiving Christmas presents. Sarah is already grateful and overjoyed as she gets to eat his delicious cooking and having a comfortable home. Even if Sarah asks for more, nothing comes to her mind, but if she has to say something about it. Sarah wants the MC for herself. She immediately realized the embarrassment of her words, wanting to clear it up as she wants to spend Christmas with him. The MC understood this and wanted to fulfill her wishes, which made even further look forward to it. Sarah seems to give the MC chocolates for White Day, but it seems she messed up, resulting in a later date. She revealed making this for the first time. The MC, seeing her efforts, wanted the rejects too, even though they are failures she still made them for him. Hearing this made Sarah to be really glad that she fell in love with him. Upon waking up in the morning, Sarah is surprised being seen in a cat outfit today. The MC exclaims of loving the look. As the next day arrives, the MC seemingly noticed that Sarah likes to eat the bread she has. She pointed out this was her favorite pastry, but besides that, back then this was the first food she ever got from him, reminiscing the time the MC approached her helpless self. Sarah ponders as the MC probably didn't remembered, but back then she was covered in bruises with a hateful look in her eyes, but also was hard to approach, and it probably took the MC courage to speak someone like her. Indicating this was the medium for them to converse and the bread he gave when she was hungry. Sarah wouldn't tell the MC the main reason, as it's embarrassing, as she could only look at him with a pleasant look. The next afternoon Sarah arrives back home where she smelled the cooking of curry. Overjoyed, she really likes his cooking and is thankful even though he came back from work. She also exclaims of doing her best. The MC is confused as Sarah slowly revealed like washing dishes and giving him the sexy look, as a little surprised for later tonight. As the MC came back from work, Sarah asks if he would like dinner, a bath, or perhaps a welcome home hug from his significant other. As Valentine's arrived, the MC gifted Sarah a present, making her happy as today is White Day also. It seems she was pleased as the person she likes returned her feelings, which made her happy and expressed their love to one another. Shortly after, Sarah is crying and breathing heavily. Upon asking her condition, it seems she caught the hay fever, apologizing for making the MC worry for nothing, as he was a worrywart all along. But she is glad the MC is looking out for her. The next morning arrives. Sarah is found to be cute as she is wearing a dress, but back then she couldn't as she was covered in bruises, but thanks to him this was changed for the better. Even as the MC left for work, she gets a farewell hug and kiss from Sarah, asking that he should do his best at work. As the days off came, the MC is anxious as it's raining, but Sarah is happy as it's just the two of them at home today and will make sure he has the best day off the MC ever had. As the night arrives, the MC doesn't want to sleep in early today, even though he has work for tomorrow. Sarah is pondering if they should stay up this late, but with a fierce look in her eyes she wanted to stay up late with him tonight, indicating their lovey-dovey making time. Their daily life continues as the MC always praises her for being so cute, even though back then she was negative about it and talking him down, which Sarah appreciates and is thankful for loving her every single day.